Good morning. Morning, morning. So the main play I'm looking at this morning is KZIA. I hope it gets a little higher though. I did not get filled like I would like to have because as you can see from the let's pull, as you can see from the daily, the 200 movement average is about 1260. So after a move like this, I'm expecting it to reject off that level. Not guaranteed, but there's a good chance that it does. It has gotten up to 1226, and I hope it doesn't. I hope it gets a little higher because my entries are 1250, 13, and 1350 roughly. So I would prefer it to get a little more juice on it. And I'm also in INEO from earlier and VTAK as well. This one's very bullish, but very high chance for dilution. I believe they can dilute at 30 cents and 50 cents. So, I mean, I have not a very big position just because it's still pretty bullish, but when it gets up to $1, I'm gonna add a little bit heavier. I got some more entries about 89 cents as well. But the main one I'm interested in is KZIA, honestly. I have a small position in it, but I want a much bigger position. I want this to be my play of the day. So I got to fly out here shortly. And I was hoping to get a decent play before I fly out. But besides that, that is all all I'm in. So it's the main things I'm looking at. TradeZero chart showing 200 now. Let's see. And if y'all are just hopping on, like I said, my main play of the morning that I'm looking at is KZIA. The reason why I'm looking at it is because this 200 movement average is at 250, 260, and I have a bunch of entries around 1250, 13, and 1350. So I wanted to make it up there. Let me turn my phone ringing off. But so yeah, I wanted to make it up there. So it looks like it probably will. I mean, it's still looks very bullish. And then if it like breaks 15 or something, I'm gonna have to bail on it, but I am gonna let it play some because they don't just get to the 200 and immediately reject. They usually somewhere between, sometimes it'll go $1 higher, $2 higher, but it usually comes back. And the news, let me pull up the news again. I already forgot what it was, but wasn't really that impressive. KZIA. announces transformative preclinical data demonstrating potential to overcome immunotherapy resistance in triple negative breast cancer. Never even heard of triple negative breast cancer, so I'm not really sure what the like, even if this goes as good as possible, how many people has triple negative breast cancer? Don't want to sound ignorant saying that, but I definitely know breast cancer is common, but I'm not familiar with triple negative breast cancer. It says shows significant potential to enhance immunotherapy. But yeah, no, and it's all preclinical. So even if everything goes well, they're far from making money off this. So I think it's a good opportunity to short. How's it going, Raven? But I did get a little entry at 11.95, but it's very tiny. I want it to get up to 12, 13, 13.50. That's where my entries are. Like I said, I'm in this one, VTAK, mainly just because I know they're going to dilute shareholders at some point. They have, from what I could find, they can dilute at 30 cents and 50 cents. So with a move like this, I imagine they're going to. So more just a smaller position in this one, waiting for them to drop dilution and just play in the levels. So it pops, comes back down, pops, come back down. So I'm kind of scalping it a little, but hanging on to a position because I think they will dilute. Then INEO, I'm in this one as well. Just I was playing this move earlier, and I'm only in like 400 shares, I think. So just ride it out, see where it lands. I don't think there were any new there was any news with this ticker. Okay, what were you saying, Raven? 1322 pivot high in February. Yeah, so this is February. Yeah, so I where do you see the 1322 in February? This is January. February. Might be looking at it wrong, Raven, but regardless, this is the main level I'm looking at, that 1250 level, and I will add heavy there. Anything else I should be looking at? I did play this one a little earlier. Man, it paid well. I got out too early on STKH. As you can see, it's negative now. But bounced from 2 to about 350, and I caught it on the retest, but I think I got out around 290, to be honest, when it got to VWAP. Should have held it. But a lot of times once you see a retest, like sometimes it'll bounce off the VWAP, but it gave it all back. But yeah, so main things I'm looking at right now, the volume looks like it's getting a little depleted for VTAK, but once 930 hits, these volume bars are irrelevant. Once 930 hits, because you just get a ton of eyes, volume, volatility. So, but I imagine KZIA is not going to fail here. It's going to at least get back to that 1250.13, or at least I hope. Hope so. yeah, that's the main thing I'm looking at. So just going to keep an eye on this. I'm looking at the other top gainers. Nothing else is really striking my attention. TRNR, if it gets back up to like 140, I might be interested. TRNR. Locates are cheap on it too, so I went ahead and grabbed some TRNR. I got an entry at 135 and 139. Don't know if it's going to get there, but if it does, I'll be ready for it. And a entry at 142. So I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, VTAK grinding up. Like I said, I'm in it, but not very heavy. 2,000 shares. How's it going, Alex? But yeah, so that's kind of the game plan. Heavily focus on KZIA. I hope it gets to this 1250 level because I am going pretty heavy from 1250 to 13 to 1350, adding very heavy there with a stop at 15. I know that's if it holds over 15, I'm probably going to trim substantially, but I don't, hopefully it won't get there. So, but I have a very small entry right now, so um, I really hope it goes a little higher here. Oh no, I didn't get my entry. I think my first entry was 135. Dang it. That's all right. TRNR, a little bit of a retest. I have an entry at 135, 139, and 142, but might not get it. In the VTAK, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. They can dilute at, from what I've read, 30 cents and 50 cents. So I imagine there's going to be some dilution at some point. But how high VTAK can get, who knows? Who knows? So I'm not in very heavy. Adding, I have some, I'm going to add at 89 cents and 98 cents. But if it breaks above $1 and holds, I'll have to trim down or reevaluate the position, but I'm not in very heavy right now. And I only play is in VTAK. Yeah, I'm in INEO, KZIA, and VTAK. Are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing, Alex, about like the dilution for VTAK? It looks like they could dilute ASAP if they wanted to. I'd be very surprised if they don't. Because the only I mean, I saw 30 and 50 cents, and it's at 76 cents. So I think they'll need the money. Because where did I find it? Let's see. VTAK. Yeah, it looks like they only have about 3.9 months of cash left. Institutional ownership's only about 4.7. Yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good that VTAK will give it all back. TMR is a crypto play, by the way. Didn't know that. I was just playing it completely technical wise, and I was going to hop out after if it broke a new high, but good to know. Good to know. But it probably won't be a long live stream today. I got to fly, unfortunately, out to at 11:30. Yeah, I hope KZIA pushes a little bit farther, because let's see, let me pull up KZIA. Yeah, KZIA institutional ownership 2.2, negative cash position, and that the 200 moving average. I'm excited about this play. This could be beautiful if it plays out. But I need a bigger size. I'm barely in it. I have 1245, 1295, and 1345 for my entries. Yeah, Alex. The float. What are you seeing? Good morning. I'm seeing less than 1 million though, so anyways, I see a few more people have, or a few more people have, yeah, I'm seeing 1.27 on dilution. Okay, yeah. So if any of y'all just hopped on, so my main play I'm looking at is KZIA, and the reason why I'm very interested in this one is mostly because the news is, it doesn't help them from a revenue standpoint right now. The news is kind of fluff, and it's approaching this 200 moving average on the daily. This has kind of been one of the more consistent plays lately. I haven't found a lot of consistency, but when they approach these 200 daily moving averages, there's a good chance they reject here. Also in INEO, just letting this one fade, and in VTAK, I saw where they can dilute at 30 cents and 50 cents. I think one of these, I can't remember which one it is, they still have to get shareholder approval and vote on it, but they can technically dilute today. So I think there's a good chance that we will see an offering. Not in heavy right now, but I'm adding more at 89 and 98 cents as it approaches a dollar. But like I was saying, my main play I'm looking at is KZIA, and I hope it gets up there. Because it's kind of going sideways now. But as we know, when the market opens, that'll probably be when it approaches it. But I think there's a good opportunity here. So we will see how it goes. But yeah, I'll be adding pretty heavy on this one if it gets to those levels. And then if it breaks above like 15, I'll probably trim heavily or get out. There were I woke up at 4 a.m. and played a few of the 4 a.m. pops, but there wasn't a ton this morning. No like super impressive moves, but made a little. I'm sitting a little over $1,000 right now. But some pretty good losses at the beginning of the month, so I need me a good solid win today, and I'm hoping that can be KZIA or VTAK, because I think they're going to dilute. It's just a matter of when. It would be dumb for them not to dilute with it up this much. And I'm only currently in 250 shares of KZIA, so that's kind of why I'm wanting it to push a little higher. So we'll see in about 4 minutes if it decides to do that or not. But the main two I'm going to be paying the closest attention to are VTAK and KZIA. And I didn't trade yesterday. Somehow I screwed up my buying power holding stuff overnight. But it was a nice little break. What do you think of the stock of the day or runner of the day? It's probably going to be these two, sadly. VTAK or KZIA. Which one's getting the most money flow right now? Yeah, VTAK. What, and again, I didn't trade yesterday. Wasn't there one that was a sub-dollar stock that ran pretty hard yesterday? I wasn't paying a lot of attention. Was it CARM? How did it play out? Dang. See, these second day, I got to start looking into these second day plays. But anyways, but it didn't really run all day, did it? No, it made a nice move, but after 10 o'clock, it never made a higher move. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not going to be KZIA, the runner of the day. but it'll probably be. I'm liking this how it's giving it back because, like I said, there's offering available at 30 cents, and I think the 50-cent offering they have to vote on it in July, but they can dilute right now. So that's why I'm interested in this play, even though it's looking bullish. Um, and actually, after this little drop right here, I'm basically break even right now. So, but I'm gonna keep holding it. But yeah, Alex, to your question, hopefully there is not KZIA is the runner of the day, but um, I'm pretty confident it's going to get to this 200 moving average. And like I've been saying, I am adding pretty heavy at 1250, 13, and 1350. So Steven, what's up? What you look which is there anything that's on your radar right now that I'm missing outside of VTAK, KZIA? And I'm also in INEO, but I'm not really talking about it much because I don't see there being another entry. I mean, if it does decide to perk up and flirt with 2 and VWAP might be another entry. But this is I think a Singapore stock. So with stocks like this or Chinese stocks, whatever, um, you got to be careful with them. But this one it looks like it's going to give most of it back. KZIA, what is it doing now? Let me get to the 5-minute. Yeah, no, there's something to that, Alex, because a lot of these plays, if you look at them the next day, they're red. It's about timing that position, though. That's what I need to learn a little more about. But anyways, I'm rooting for KZIA to get up to 1250, 13. I'm gonna try to send it down. Just kidding, but I do have a lot of positions right here. HSDT. HSDT. Yeah, I tried to get this one a few times earlier, and the locates were insane. Man, come on, KZIA. Get to 1250. But yeah, HSDT looks like it wants to just fade away. Let me see what the locates are now on it. But yeah, when I looked earlier, it was like hundreds of dollars for it. For like 1,000 shares. Yeah, now it's 130 bucks for 1,000 shares on uh, TradeZero. So VTAK making a pretty strong move here. Like I said, I'm not looking um, to add any more in the range it's currently in. If it gets up to 89.98, I'm adding, but And I probably won't do live too long today because I gotta fly out at 11:30. Man, come on, KZIA. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. So KZIA now looks like it might be getting ready to make the next leg up. Yeah, I see y'all talking about HSDT, but I can't get in it. It's like 200 bucks for do y'all have locates on it? Because I'm not about to pay $200 for 1,000 shares. Is TradeZero ripping me off? Okay, KZIA is making it might make the move I wanted it to make. Let's see. Nope. Man, I hope that wasn't this move right here wasn't the when it got up to 12.22. Hope that wasn't the test. Yeah, this looks like HSDT is about to give y'all a good opportunity to add to it, but yeah, my locates are outrageous for it. For 1,000 shares, it's 160. But I do want to add this VWAP. I might, let's see, what are they now? $65 for 100 shares. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Except I'm gonna hit where test this VWAP. Hate when I pay this much for locates though because I get in too early, or I don't want to miss an entry because the locates are so insane. Okay, got in at 160. Might should have waited, but like I said, when I pay an excessive amount for locates, I want to get an entry. So 500 shares, 160 is where I'm at. VTAK, testing VWAP. I think I'm actually in the money with it now. Yeah. I'm holding though, because I think there might be dilution news at some point today, or offering. The only thing that makes me nervous with HSDT, and this isn't proven, but I notice whenever the locate fees are very high, sometimes those tend to be the ones that run. I don't know if that's true. I need to back. Oh, I don't know how you back test that, honestly. Looking at historic locate fees, that'd be tough. I don't know if that's because a lot of shorts don't enter it because the locate fees are high, or if it's just coincidence. But I'm in it now, 160. Dang, my INEO position's going against me a little bit, but not too concerned. Yeah, that makes sense, Alex, because like I was saying, those tend to be the ones that get hot, or the ones that have like higher locate fees, I notice. And if there's a lot of shorts in it, they get squeezed out. Hence the aggressive price movement. This one was a crazy play. It's at 170. I shorted this thing about $3. I got out at like, no, I shorted it around 340 and got out about 3. Man, I should have held on to this one. So KZIA is, I don't think it's going to give me what I wanted. And I am sad about it. Maybe that was the dang, I wish I would have gotten more heavy there. I was about to have a like a 15K position at 12, 1250, 13. But I have a big position, and I don't think I'm gonna get to now. Or big position for me. Because KZIA, I mean, it's not over. But what I wanted to see was right out the gate, intense test, reject, fade the rest of the day. But you don't always get what you want. So it could bounce off VWAP right here. But yeah, this is so I'm in INEO, HSDT, KZIA, and VTAK. So that's the main ones I'm looking at. VTAK, KZIA, still in play. But more of a watching game at this point. KZIA looks like it is going to bounce a little off VWAP. HSDT, y'all called it. That was 160 was a good entry. I'm up 90 bucks on it now. I entered small, but it's paid for my $65 locate fees. I'm gonna have to end the live soon. Like I said, I gotta fly out about an hour, 15 minutes. Is that right? About an hour, 45 minutes. Got a little nervous there for a second. All right, I'm about to bounce. Y'all know what I'm looking at. VTAK, KZIA, and I'm riding out HSDT. Good call out in the comments or in the chat. Up about 150 on that one now, which isn't bad because I'm only in 500 shares, so I'm just gonna let it ride. Yeah, no, yeah, if I was to guess, it's gonna be probably VTAK. I think if KZIA tries to run, it's gonna get stuck in this 1250, 13 level, but could be wrong. But anyways, that's it for me for this morning. I will be in the air most of the day, so you probably won't get a lot of alerts from me, but appreciate all the member alerts as always. I think Alex, you had quite a few yesterday, so appreciate that. But anyways, I am about to dip. Thank y'all for hopping on, and hope we can make some money today. See y'all next time.